Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the life of, well, a true icon, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll.
Yeah, what a life. Only 42 years, but packed with just so much. Groundbreaking music, intense experiences.
Absolutely. So our mission here is to trace that journey, right? From extreme poverty to this unbelievable global status.
Exactly. We want to uncover the real stories, get past the myth a bit and figure out what made him so legendary, passionate, timeless.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning because those roots are pretty crucial. Elvis Aaron Presley, born January 8th, 1935, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Right smack in the middle of the Great Depression. And we're talking serious poverty here, not just, struggling a bit.
Yeah. His dad, Vernon, was a truck driver, laborer. Mom, Gladys, worked in a textile factory making what, $2 a day?
Barely anything. It's hard to even picture that kind of hardship today.
And something really defining. Right from the start, he had a twin brother, Darren,
Who tragically died just 35 minutes after birth.
Imagine how that shaped things, especially for his mother. That bond must have been incredibly intense.
Oh, absolutely. It cemented it.
Yeah.
He wasn't just her son, he was her surviving son. Almost a miracle to her,
And the hardship didn't stop there. His father ended up in jail.
Yeah, for about 8 months, forging a check, trying to pay for their house, left Gladys raising Elvis alone for that time.
Wow. Homeless, moving between relatives.
Mm.
And she still took him to visit his dad in prison every week.
Every single week. Imagine being a little kid going through that. Pretty traumatic.
Okay, but then there's this amazing story. Maybe a glimpse of the future Elvis. He's not even 10.
Yeah, he walks up to his parents while they're eating, stands there and just promises them
Promises what?
that when he grew up, he'd pay off their debts at the grocery store, buy them a mansion, 2 Cadillacs.
2 Cadillacs, one for them, one for him.
Yep. And that he'd take care of them forever.
And the incredible thing is, he actually did it. Every single part of that promise.
Astonishing, isn't it? It really shows you that drive wasn't just about fame. It was deep loyalty, lifting his family out of that poverty he knew so well.
So, okay, he's got this intense family bond, this big promise. When does the music thing really start? School wasn't exactly his strong suit, right?
No, not academically, but the music passion was there early on. There's a great little story about his teacher, Miss Oda.
Oh, yeah. What did she notice?
Well, while other kids sing nursery rhymes, Elvis was singing Old Shep, that kind of sad dog song.
Huh. Different.
Totally. She encouraged him to sing it at a local fair. He won 5th place, got a ticket for a ride.
Not exactly superstardom yet, but a start.
A start. And his mom was apparently surprised because he was pretty shy at home.
It's interesting how his influences were all over the place, though. Church music?
Gospel, definitely.
Mhm.
But also the rock and roll his dad and uncles listened to on the radio.
Plus country music, which was everywhere. And he even liked James Dean.
Yeah, a real mix. He was like a sponge, just soaking it all up. Gospel, blues, country, pop, a uniquely American blend.
And the guitar. His mom got him that for his 11th birthday.
Instead of the bicycle he really wanted. Turned out to be a pretty good call, huh?
I'd say so. He learned from his uncle and a priest.
That's right. And then the family moved to Memphis. Big change.
Better opportunities, but also more music, right? R&B in the clubs.
Exactly. Broadened his horizons even more. He was just absorbing everything.
And by 15, he's already working on the look, the sideburns, the clothes.
The hair, slicked back with rose oil, apparently.
Rose oil. Wow. Commitment.
Total commitment. Even then, you could see he was creating something unique.
So he's got the sound brewing, the look developing. But getting noticed wasn't easy. At 18, he goes to Sun Studio.
Yeah, but just to record a couple of songs for his mom's birthday, paid like $3.98.
Oh, that's sweet, but it led to more.
Well, people there told him to audition for bands, but he got rejected a lot.
What was the feedback?
Things like strange singing, doesn't fit any era, brutal stuff. He almost quit, almost went back to driving trucks.
Wow, close call. What turned it around?
Sam Phillips at Sun Studio, he put out this really specific ad.
Oh, yeah, the famous one, looking for a white singer who can sing like a black person.
Pretty blunt. A friend told Elvis about it. Phillips thought he was okay, but maybe not quite right.
But he saw something.
Enough to introduce him to Scotty Moore, the guitarist.
And that was the key connection.
Totally. Elvis apparently just went over to Scotty's house, guitar in hand, and sang for him right there.
A bold move.
Led to forming the Blue Moon Boys, and things started happening fast.
Their first single, That's All Right. Radio went crazy for it.
Overnight sensation. Hundreds of calls demanding they play it again and again. Imagine that feeling.
Must have been unreal. And his first big live show, Overton Park Shell.
Legendary. He was apparently so nervous his legs are shaking uncontrollably.
He tried to control them,
I bet.
and that turned into the hip shaking.
Exactly. It just kind of happened. But the audience, especially the women, went absolutely wild.
That description, like a young deer admired by hungry lionesses.
Perfectly captures that raw energy, that magnetism he had right from the start.
Okay, so things are exploding. He's 19, and then he meets Colonel Tom Parker.
Ah, the Colonel. A figure who looms large, doesn't he?
Definitely controversial. He basically told Elvis he'd turn him from dirt into a star.
And Parker moved fast. First big move, buy out Elvis's Sun contract for $35,000.
Which was a ton of money back then.
Huge.
Oh.
And then signed him with RCA, a major label. That was the launch pad.
First RCA single, Heartbreak Hotel, massive hit.
Colossal. And Parker was smart, leveraging TV, got him on the stage show.
Reaching, what, 60, 70 million people, basically putting Elvis in everyone's living room?
Parker was undeniably key to that success. He even pushed for the Love Me Tender movie role.
Right, which gave him that mainstream Hollywood appeal. But Parker also took a huge cut, didn't he?
An enormous cut, sometimes up to 50%. That's why people call him both an angel and Satan.
50%? That's just staggering. Did that control, that financial dependency, cause problems later?
You have to think so, right? It wasn't just the money. Parker controlled everything. Schedules, movies Elvis didn't even want to do.
So Elvis didn't have much say.
Very little, it seems. Parker isolated him. That kind of relentless pressure and lack of autonomy, well, you can see how it might lead to burnout, the health issues down the line.
Yeah.
It became suffocating.
And not everyone loved the onstage Elvis. The hip shaking caused a real uproar.
Oh, yeah. Older generations were scandalized, destroying morals. They wanted him banned from the waist down on TV.
Can you imagine the Ed Sullivan Show only showing him from the waist up?
Crazy times.
Yeah.
But Elvis, being Elvis, kind of defied them, didn't he?
He did, wiggled his finger on TV instead, like a little rebellion.
Which just made him even more famous, more of a rebel icon. Perfect.
1956 was really his peak year, and that's when Elvis Has Left the Building started.
Yeah, the promoters needed some way to tell the screaming fans the show was really over, go home.
Because it just wouldn't leave otherwise.
Apparently not. And then, 1957, he buys Graceland.
Fulfilling that childhood promise. From poverty to a mansion. What a symbol.
An incredible symbol of just how far he'd come.
Then came the Army draft. Huge curveball for his career.
Super stressful, yeah. But he went, didn't try to get out of it.
Which actually made him a bit of a national hero.
It really did. And his Army haircut even became a trend.
But while he was stationed overseas, in Germany in '58, tragedy struck.
Yeah. His mother, Gladys, she got really sick.
He got leave to come home.
He did, rushed back. But she passed away August 14th, 1958. Devastating for him.
Considering that intense bond they had, probably the biggest loss of his life.
Widely considered to be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just shattering.
But amidst that grief, something else happened in Germany. He met Priscilla Booley.
Right. She was only 14 at the time. Stepdaughter of an Air Force general.
Quite an age gap. But they started dating?
They did. Her father apparently asked him to wait until she was older, though.
So when Elvis came back to the States in 1960, they kept in touch.
Long distance, lots of letters, phone calls. She eventually moved to Graceland when she was 18.
And they got married in 1967. Big news.
Huge news. Broke a lot of hearts, you can imagine. They had their daughter, Lisa Marie.
And a little side note from that era, he met actual royalty.
Yeah, King Bhumibol of Thailand, King Rama the Nikes,
Mm-hmm.
in Hollywood in 1960. Fellow music lover. A king meets the king.
Okay, so post-Army, early 60s, what's the focus? Back to music.
Not immediately. He dove headfirst into movies, like really intensely.
21 films between 1960 and 67? That's almost 3 a year.
Crazy schedule. Plus all the movie songs like Can't Help Falling in Love from Blue Hawaii. Iconic stuff.
But during one of those movies, Kid Galahad, he had an accident.
Yeah, head injury. Serious enough to stop filming for weeks. Seemed minor maybe, but some doctors later pointed to it.
As potentially contributing to his health problems down the road. Interesting foreshadowing.
Definitely. And alongside the movies, he became this huge fashion icon in the 60s.
Those jumpsuits, the sequins, the leather, very flamboyant.
A real escape, maybe, for people stressed about Vietnam and everything else going on. He set trends.
But even with all that Hollywood success, he felt something was missing.
Yeah, he longed to get back to live performing, making albums again. Felt like he wasn't being true to the music.
And Colonel Parker saw the writing on the wall, too, right? The Beatles, the Stones, Sinatra. Competition was heating up.
Parker was always strategic. He knew Elvis needed a big comeback to reclaim the throne.
So he planned it out, like steps.
Pretty much a four-step plan.
Huh.
First, the '68 comeback special on NBC.
Which was huge. Black leather, raw energy. It totally worked.
Electrifying return. Then step 2, a killer new single.
Suspicious Minds. He worked with a new producer for that one.
Chip Moman got him a fresher, more pop sound. Big hit in '69.
Yeah.
Showed his range.
And the final piece.
Vegas, right. The Vegas residency at the International Hotel. That was the clincher. 30 sold-out shows, almost 100,000 people.
He was definitively back. The king had returned.
No question. The comeback was complete. Glorious, really.
But then things started to slide again. That relentless pace Parker set.
It was brutal. First, 115 shows a year, then bumped up to 160.
160 shows. How is that even humanly possible?
It probably wasn't. He started collapsing on stage, canceling shows. The toll was becoming obvious. Irregular sleep, bad diet.
You can just feel the exhaustion. Was he breaking under it all?
Looks like it. Physically, mentally.
Yeah.
And that's when Dr. Nick, his personal physician, becomes really central.
With that prescription cocktail, attack.
Yeah, 12 different pills.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly to help him sleep, manage stress, pain.
Mm-hmm.
But it just fueled addiction.
A really dangerous cycle, taking multiple doses a day.
Became completely dependent. A vicious cycle he couldn't seem to break.
And his personal life was suffering too. The marriage with Priscilla fell apart.
Yeah, the strain, maybe infidelities. They divorced in '73. Very public, very painful.
Priscilla talked about his eating habits around then too, didn't she? The weight gain.
Alarming stuff. Hollowing out baguettes, filling them with butter, bacon, jam, calling it stress eating. Huge calorie intake.
Like more than an elephant eats in a day. That's hard to comprehend. Just seems like someone totally overwhelmed.
Totally. And the media scrutiny about his weight just added more stress. He tried crash diets, starving himself.
Which just made his health worse. It was a downward spiral.
A terrible spiral. Yet somehow he still had that incredible star power. 1973, that global satellite concert.
Aloha from Hawaii reached 1 billion people. Unbelievable.
Even while physically declining, he could command the entire world's attention.
But he kept pushing. 6 more albums between 74 and 76.
Pushing himself way too hard. His body was failing, hospitalized for pneumonia, serious bowel problems. He was running on fumes. Which brings us to those final tragic 72 hours. August 1977.
His behavior was getting more erratic.
Yeah. He visited his mother's grave on August 14th, came home saying he wanted to stop touring, fire Colonel Parker, focus on his health.
A decision may be too late.
Seems that way. The combination of the schedule, the pain, the addiction, is just too much.
Early hours of August 16th, he plays racquetball, hurts his leg.
Yeah. Then sits down at the piano, plays Blue Eyes, Crying in the Rain. Kind of melancholic.
He had a bad toothache, too.
Severe toothache. Took 2 doses of that attack cocktail, 24 pills. Still couldn't sleep.
So he called Dr. Nick for another dose.
Yep. Bringing the total to 36 pills. Then he went to bed, or rather to the bathroom.
And his fiancée, Ginger Alden, found him.
At 2 p.m. that afternoon, unconscious on the bathroom floor, carpet fibers in his mouth, like he'd been biting down in pain. His last breath was just a sigh.
Rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead. And outside, the fans were already gathering.
Thousands of them. And the doctor used that phrase again. Elvis has left the building. But this time.
This time it was final. Heartbreaking.
And immediately, the question started. Suicide. Overdose. Conspiracy.
The family strongly denied suicide, right? Saying he wouldn't die on handsome.
Vehemently. The overdose theory gained traction, especially after Dr. Nick lost his license, prescribing over 10,000 doses in just 8 months.
10,000. Unbelievable. He even tried using placebos, fake pills.
Yeah, trying to wean him off, but it was too late. The addiction was too strong.
And then decades later, that other theory surfaced. The TBI, traumatic brain injury from the movie accident.
Right, based on autopsy findings, enlarged heart, enlarged intestines, which can be linked to TBI. It offers a different, maybe more complex medical perspective.
Of course, with someone that famous, you get the conspiracy theories too. He faked his death.
Oh yeah, to escape fame. Sightings at burger joints, working as a cop. People wanted to believe he was still out there.
A magazine offered $1 million for proof.
And nobody could claim it. But it shows how much people couldn't accept he was gone.
Even the funeral is chaotic, fans trying to steal the body.
80,000 people stormed the graveyard. It was absolute chaos. That's why he was reburied at Graceland next to his mother. Just shows the intensity of that fan love and grief.
It's almost hard to grasp that level of impact. Leonard Bernstein called him the driving force of the 20th century.
High praise from a classical giant, saying, when you talk Presley. When you sing Presley. When you dance Presley. He just permeated everything.
And John Lennon's quote, "Before Elvis, there was nothing." That's about as definitive as it gets.
It really is. He wasn't just part of history. You could argue he is history. An icon who shaped so much and still inspires artists today. Truly larger than life.
Yeah, that phrase really fits. He completely embodied that king of rock and roll title. Music, style, influence. Just sheer presence.
An indelible mark. No question about it.
So it makes you think, doesn't it? If Elvis is history, what about today's icons? Can anyone really achieve that kind of all-encompassing, timeless impact now?
Or was he just this unique lightning-in-a-bottle phenomenon, a product of his specific time, an artist who was, literally larger than life?
Something definitely worth pondering.